Welcome back to another Richter's Reviews movie. Welcome back to another video on Richter's Reviews. Today is The Fear. He's whatever scares you the most. Now, the basic plot of this movie is where one of the main characters takes all of his friends to this cabin to face their fears, like fear of water, fear of commitment, fear of this, fear of that. Now, the main plot of this movie is a good one. The director of this, Vincent Robert, did a really good directing of getting everybody together and scenes that he did. Now there's a backstory, a little bit of the main character, which is played by Eddie Bowes, with it B-O-W-Z, and it has to deal with Morty, which is a dummy, a wooden dummy that haunted him as a kid. And a lot of the people, all of his friends, start to die off from this dummy because somehow he comes back to life. Now, in the beginning, the very first thing you see in the movie is you see the late Wes Craven does have appearance in this movie, and he's talking to him about, he's like a psychiatrist for this guy, and he's talking to him about what he's doing because he's going to take some of his friends out there and try to get them to overcome their fears. It's a great concept. Some of the actors in this you may have remembered from other movies. The late Vince Edwards was in this. He may remember him from a movie in 1983 called Space Raiders. Ann Turkel, she's in this. You may remember her from Humanoids from the Deep. Eric Weiss. Now, Eric Weiss, he's the one who plays Morty. They did make a sequel to this, which shows Morty, and again, and it has to do with different concept in the movie, and it was called Fear Halloween Night, also known as The Fear Resurrection. You also have Heather Medway. She played on the show back in the 90s called Viper. You have Darren Heames, who went on to play in Night of the Demons 2, I believe, the same year this was made. It was made in '94 and released in 1995. This DVD is practically the only DVD that's movie by itself. Now, they did come out with other collective boxes where it came like 12 movies in a box, like from Mill Creek or Echo Bridge or whatever. But this, I would love to see this get an official Blu-ray release. It's a great movie. I saw it when it first came out on video in '95, and it's really good. Now, the kills in it are so-so. There could have been a lot more blood, but it is a great movie. The backstory is really cool too, because Eddie Bowes' character as a boy was frightened by Morty, the wooden dummy, and the guy who plays in the costume as Morty, he did a really good performance on it. Now, a lot of people may not have heard of this movie. People may have heard of this movie, but if you haven't, check it out. If you have, give me your opinion on it. I, for one, enjoyed the film. I give it a 6 out of 10. Since I started this channel, and I do movie reviews, I try to give every movie the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, there is a lot of movies out there that are just stupid and bad and aren't worth any review on it or any talking about it. Namely, The Last Slumber Party, or Killer Tongue, or Troll 2. But I give them benefit of the doubt, because certain films that have done bad, get bad reviews or whatever, actually have certain things that I enjoy about them. Now, The Fear is not one of them, but yeah, there is some out there that actually are not worth talking about. But for being someone who enjoys horror movies in general, I will give them a bit of a doubt, and I will do a review on them. So, yeah, the movie is not that bad. I mean, you've got some beautiful women in it. You have Anna Karenina, you have Heather Medway, both beautiful ladies. Um, Now, the one thing that was kind of weird in the movie is the writer Ron Ford, who went on to do a couple of the witchcraft movies. I believe they were 10 or 11 or something like that. They went on to like 15 witchcraft movies. Now, that's a series I definitely will have to review one day. There's like 15 or 16 witchcraft films. I've only seen the first 4. Plus, I did see part 7. But anyway, that's a whole different review. Um, so basically, the fear is basically just what I told you. It's basically a storyline where people face their fears, and each person who faces their fear actually gets it reversed on them because Morty comes back to kill them. Um, the person that does survive gets to go back to talk to Wes Craven, who was in the movie earlier in the film. He shows up back at the end and talks to him about it. And yeah, so you go now. The second one, of Fear Halloween Night, has nothing to do with the first one, other than the Morty the wooden dummy, and it has a horror legend of late Betsy Palmer who's in that one. Now, for those who want your horror reviews done right, or not done as long, and check out my channel. If you like horror movies done long, 35, 40, 55 minutes, I suggest you check out Rambograph for Life. His name is Matt. Check out his channel. He's a great reviewer. There's other reviewers here on YouTube that do great reviews. I, for one, just I try to make it to where reviews go 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I don't want to bore you with the logistics of reviews and going over every detail. And now, certain movies I will do that with, like the Friday the 13th and the Halloween. I plan on doing the Halloween reviews here soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, anything else I can say about The Fear is I would recommend it for anybody who's not seen it. I would recommend it for anybody who likes watching low-budget films. It does have great special effects. The characterization is pretty good. Basically, everything you want in a horror film is got in here. I'm not. Last time I seen this has been a while, but if I remember right, I don't really think there's much nudity in this. But there is some great death scenes, like I mentioned before. So, in closing, check out The Fear. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great movie to watch during the Halloween season, or to watch whenever you feel like it. Now the next review is Fear Halloween Night. To make it to where I can get both of them in one video, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the sequel in the same video. So Fear Halloween Night, it says Scream Water, it won't stop. Now Fear Halloween Night has also been released under the title Fear Resurrection. This is the DVD that came out in 1999. The movie was made in 98, so it came out at the same time on DVD as well as VHS. It basically has let me just read a little bit. It's a Halloween party in the country turns into a horrifying bloodfest when the teenage guests are murdered one by one. A ritual ceremony summons the spirit of Morty, who fulfills his destiny to prey on the worst fears and to kill again. The horrifying screams of Morty's victims haunt the isolated cabin's walls, but never make it beyond the dark and forbidden thickness of the surrounding forest. It's like I mentioned before. It does star the late Betsy Palmer. It has Gordon Curie, you may remember him from Friday the 13th Part 8. Stacey Grant is in this. Emmanuelle Vaguer, who played in Saw 2. She's a great looking actress. And she did a great performance in this. Kelly Benson, Rachel Hayward, and John Fideli plays Morty. Now, I mean, there's some great acting in this as well. Now, Morty definitely has changed the way they did the makeup for this. The people from the first movie, other than John Carl Buechler's Magical Media Industries, there really wasn't anybody else involved from the first one into the second one. I think maybe a producer or something like that has went on from the first one to this one. Now the kills are really interesting too. I mean, you've got They're all dressed in different costumes. Somebody dresses as a clown. Somebody dresses like question marks all over him, and they're kind of like doing their fear a little bit, like the original movie. And yeah, so as far as rating this movie, I would give this probably 5.5. It's not as good as the first one, but it is good. It does have a lot of scares in it, a lot of jump scares, and yeah, I mean, you know, for being low budget movies, they're both classic films in my opinion, and I would definitely check them out. You could probably get these for pretty decent prices on Amazon or eBay or wherever you purchase DVDs. I wouldn't mind seeing this on Blu-ray as well. I mean, you got to take what you can get when you take what you can get when you see a low budget film. You can get bad acting, you can get great special effects, or you can get bad special effects and great acting. You know, it's basically based on the storyline for the characters that have to portray the film, and they did a really good job on this. Would I recommend this to anybody? Well, if you watched the first one, I would recommend you seeing the second one just so you can see a continuation of Morty as a character. Now, there is one thing that I find that was kind of funny in the film is that Betsy Palmer, she plays her character is called Mams, and she's like the mother of the lead guy, and you see some backstory towards Gordon Curry's character that leads up to why Morty is bothering him. And you know what I find funny is that she played the mother of Jason in Friday the 13th, and that was pretty cool that she plays the mother of a guy that played in Friday the 13th Part 8. And even though they're different characters, different scenarios, and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, so basically that was the reviews of Fear and Fear Halloween Night. I know I've rambled on probably 14 minutes, but I hope you got the gist of what the movies are about. So, if you enjoy my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you like to keep watching my videos, please subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I will answer them as best I can. Now, I do have another review for tomorrow. That will be Tales from the Dark Side Season 2. I will be reviewing the show. I'll be going down the list of the episodes and talking and giving you a rating on that. Now, as far as next Friday, I am not sure what I'll do, but I do have plans on doing another two-parter video where I do Halloween in 2 parts. So stay tuned for that. I may do a couple more videos next weekend, but on the 31st I'll be watching all Halloween films, and on the 30th I'll be watching a lot of horror films as well. So if you have to go to work tomorrow or you enjoy watching my videos, take time and watch one. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.